Capricorn, welcome back for your January reading. Those of you who are new, a very warm welcome. Some of you are traveling over from my other channel, Yildiz Readings. So those of you who are here, welcome. Now, during the month, we are going to have live sessions as to any psychic downloads I have. I am a twin flame as well as a psychic medium. And if you are wanting a booking, you can go to the link directly below. The website, I have added the new channel directly to it, so you know when you land on the page, yes, it's hosting both channels, both Yildiz Readings and Twin Flame Alchemist Union. Also, for those of you who do join the live sessions and you click the subscribe and the notification button, you'll be aware of any live feeds I do have. You can be part of it and ask questions during the session, as well as potentially win a 1 hour Skype reading. Okay, now your chakra cards are pretty interesting, as well as I have pulled karmic blocks of what you'll be learning for the next 2 weeks. Now, generally on this new channel, what you will get is monthly and mid-month, as well as any live updates and additional astrology inputs into what I see happening within the twin flame path. I'm also going to be adding the mirror, numerology, angel numbers, how to work through your triggers and your blocks, and how to actually psychically deal with psychic attacks, the energy that you're receiving from your twin, and how to balance all of those things and work through it, but really always coming back to one with self. And regardless of whether you choose to be with your twin or not, you're always a twin, so maintaining that frequency, especially if you have a twin that's dealing with very heavy karmic energies, to be able to maintain your own life and your own energy to cope with what's going on. And I may yet, for those of you who decide to go into a soulmate path, add twin flame romantic relationships with soulmate energy. So if you are interested in that, do give me a heads up and I can do readings connected to that. Your first energy of what's coming through for you is your frequency is pretty high. You intuitively are seeing, and you're very much in the 5D of being able to move through this month knowing what you want, which with your karmic block card of a lesson you're tying up, it's already like you're moving into the month knowing fully what you need to do to achieve that factor. So the karmic energy is focusing on the light, really knowing the light within yourself and what you can potentially achieve regardless of what's going on in the 3D. Your frequency is picking up and you might be firing on all cylinders. Whatever is happening very quickly. So you're moving through this frequency very quickly with assessments, aha moments, gonna really want to get a lot done. Try not to burn yourself out. Now be mindful, on the 6th we have a partial lunar eclipse. On the 20th we have a total lunar eclipse, and we still do have a lot of planets that are playing funny buggers with us, which can cause conflict at a communication level, at a 3D level, and many who are in karmic cycles may then drop out of it at this time frame between now and February. Many may have started that transition from October, but we've been in the dark of it, so to speak. Many of you. Others of you, the karmic cycles in any shape or form were breaking, but then trying to move forward through that frequency was part of the process as well. But you definitely are moving through, knowing that you want to be the best version of yourself you can be. Whatever is going on with your counterpart, you're feeling very strong. Now, they may feel this is a direct challenge. It may be with your frequency picking up that they're down for it, but if they have to, they'll bring it with all fours. Both of you might be coming from fear-based frequency temporarily, or frustration energy of this has taken a bit too long. When are we going to get this off the ground? Your twin, however, is feeling really scared they're going to be left behind. So it is a front, so to speak, over a direct attack or egoic state. It's more a fear-based frequency, which theoretically is ego, but I feel they're aware of it, so I don't feel they're falling into the bracket of the egoic pain body. Both of you are coming from the perspective of past tense energy of this didn't get off the ground. You know, how do we cement this connection? How do we get this back on track? But this is moving away from that frequency now. And your twin really is in their communication sector, which is they're really wanting to put their story forward so you can hear their side of it. You're visually seeing the bigger picture if this communication does come in. And although you're coming quite cocky and you're happy within your own frequency, and that can be vice versa, energies can swap, the other energy is very much that they're triggered by this frequency, but both of you are raising in energetic field. You may have lost in the past. This might have been contracts, and it can be contracts you're dealing with currently, which is unique because this month is to do with births, deaths, contracts, and debt. So anything to do with government departments, taxation, contracts with employment, homes, marriages, all of those are coming up for review and under the microscope this month, moving through to February as well. It is earth-based frequency, so we're going to need to be grounded in order to handle it. Your twin as well is very much trying to make an educated decision, trying to be rational when it comes to whatever needs to be left behind, whatever needs to be brought back in. You energetically are open to offers. Now, this can be from twin or in general, but I feel it's more to do with your openness and willing to receive love. I don't feel overall it's in relation to a karmic partner or a soulmate energy. It can be, but I do feel energetically it is still interlinked into twin. They're recovering, and they might be getting triggered by the fact that they're aware that you do have the potential where you're at a good vibration, you could spiritually move forward. And again, as I said, the energies can swap depending on, again, what wave you are and where your frequencies are. As your frequency raises, you are at that higher, more positive vibration. If it's lower, it could even be that the severity within the reading can be heavier for you. Again, look at your rising signs. You are dealing with confusion, and I do feel for those of you that are Capricorn may have several offers, and I am feeling very strongly about this because you are looking at what's going on. Now, in the past, you may have felt you spiritually picked the wrong cup. Currently, you're not wanting to pick the incorrect cup, and you are wishing to have divine union. But some of you do actually have a third party energy, but not in a sense that anything has as per se transpired. It perhaps has, but I'm not feeling such. More in a sense that you may have multiple offers coming in as your frequency is raising, and you're seeing the potential of what you can create, but you're still focusing on the light. The card equates to an 11, so it's like visually seeing the energy connected to you and your twin. While you're meditating upon all these scenarios, Capricorn, your counterpart's energy is very much wanting clarity, really following their direct intuition, but very much needing to communicate this truth. They do feel that in the past, yes, they're aware that there was an imbalance and they're wanting this balance and they're wanting exactly the same as what you're wanting, but they're having a realization of why this wasn't so and how they're going to do this. In their life, they may need to directly balance some situations first in order to bring this into direct reunion state. Currently, where you stand in between you, past tense, there might have been fears in relation to relationships, and that's what the block was on the connection. And both of you may have been juggling too many things in the air. You know, it might be currently that's where your energy stands, especially moving into January. Moving forward within the first 2 weeks, I feel the adjustment state needs to sink in first before you can proceed any further forward. If there is communication, I do feel you're really going to have to be patient with some things coming to light and with your process of assessment. Some of you may have started moving forward. Some of you also may have many options in work or partnerships. But I do feel, let's see what's going on here. If you have 2 people around you that are interested and twin, your twin has the same thing, okay? but they've already made up their mind. You have 3 potentials here, right? Now, I don't look at the sex of the cards, but I deem these cards as direct people. I'm feeling a past tense connection. This again can be twins energy, the deep spiritual connection, or one in which you had a deep connection with, past tense energy. Somebody perhaps that you work with and a new interest, but there is 3 energies here regardless of how that stands. Twin also has 3 energies, right? 3 people. But the interesting thing is the thinking person who's no longer thinking is directly you. They're thinking of you, but they've already made their mind up. They're aware of an older energy and somebody that perhaps they did some work with or had some knowing of. But at the same time, they're not thinking about it because they've already made their mind up, but they're trying to create this balance because of past tense frequency. Now, the interesting thing is their karmic block, what they're working with for the next 2 weeks, free from judgment, free from love. Now, they're learning that they do need to judge certain covers. They need to choose correctly, but not feel guilty for whatever you choose is your poison. Now, I don't feel a negative tone when I'm saying that. And the reason being is because whatever our passion is and whatever our truth and love is, will be spoken, okay? But it's about transmuting that and communicating that in the first 2 weeks. Now, the communication can be to self, the acknowledgement of such, especially after counterpart's energy is recovering. And again, I really see the 4 of Swords as ascension symptoms, the awakening and recovery. And definitely when we are having an upgrade, energetically, we can become very fatigued. So again, as I said, the energies can swap, but I am seeing that twin is going through a transformative state within their spiritual knowing of what they want. And the moon time frame is directly after when they will be making this aspect of judgment. So it may move into the next reading and we'll see what comes through there.